Yeah, I'm an adult. Sorry, I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Me. I'm the one who puts out the content that's entertaining. DSP Cries it.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with... It's going to be a two-parter. First, DSP is not happy with his support yesterday. This is from March 1st. Let's watch.
But yesterday was the big premiere day for Final Fantasy VII, and the support was really slow for a new release. And it's like, if that was day one of this game, is this going to be representative of how it's going to be every day when I play this game now? And if that's the case, that's not good. You know,
maybe not good for you. But mind you, he had a lot of viewers. His chat was actually doing pretty well. Unfortunately, there's not enough money.
Now, I've already explained to you guys, I'm hurting bad right now. Financially, I took a big hit. And now what's going to happen is around the third week of this month when I get paid by YouTube, my pay is going to be way lower than what I usually make. And it's because all my memberships went away. Like,
nope, not at all what happened. He's only ever had 300 to 400 real memberships. Everything else was gifted. Now, yes, he's become very reliant on OIC showing up and dropping 100, 200, 300 gifted memberships. But, okay, so he didn't show up and do that. Unless he did. Are all these memberships Argentinian? Maybe. What if only some of them are? What if OIC mentions them on Discord? I'm going to do a 50 membership bomb with a troll name like Everyone Hates Derek. That way people will think it's an Argentinian one. They won't know that you're getting all that money. Could happen. You never know.
No exaggeration, it's a ton of lost revenue. And other things as well that factored in, because in the month of February, there were no real new releases. You know, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon, they're good games, but they didn't catch on. And because of that, everything kind of stagnated in February. And that's, listen, I'm not complaining. I still had a great time in February. I think we all did. But we're looking...
Had a great time. Just not enough money, guys. Hint, hint.
For new stuff now, right? We want people to come in and check out the new stuff, and there has to be new stuff. That's not just another RPG that feels the samey thing again. You know what I mean? So right now, this is the worst possible time for me to have low support on a brand new release. And it happened. It's like, well, nothing I can do about it now.
All I can do, guys, is just got to rely on you to step it up, assholes. You heard me. Step it up. Step it up.
You know? So... here's the deal, all right? You know, Baldur's Gate 3, we're in Act 3. We actually started Act 3. We're about 10 hours into it now. And we're in Baldur's Gate. We're unlocking quests. We're doing all this stuff. And every time I play Baldur's Gate, we've gotten great support, right? It cannot be denied. Even though, definitely, the viewership on the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough has dripped dramatically.
But you don't care about viewership. You only care about money, which we've known for the longest time. Just saying.
You know, when I started with Baldur's Gate 3, we were getting thousands of people. Now you could barely get 300 on a video.
His first stream, maybe he had 1,000 viewers at peak. Not thousands. Not a chance in hell he had thousands. Now, daily wrap from the night before. February 29th. God, he is so panicking, and I love it. Let's watch.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 29th of February 2024, the final day of the month and release day for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. A full day of that on my streams on DSP Gaming today. Shall we talk a little bit about it? Because I know people are wondering, what's my day one impressions of the game? Well, first of all, between the two streams, and despite the fact that I had to start the first stream early and end it early, we got about 5.5 hours in of gameplay today. All right? Now, there's definitely a pattern going on with new releases these days, where you cannot get a handle on what a game is until so many hours in. It is so hard to give him first impressions of a game these days.
Only hard for you because you take so fucking long. If you did not literally take hours to get through an hour-long tutorial, remember, he took a 15-minute demo and turned it into a 2-hour night stream. So when he's crying, guys, I've been playing for 5 hours and I've just gotten through the tutorial, that's not the game's fault. That's all on you. That is all on you taking that fucking long.
Case in point, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the whole first 3 hours is a flashback segment to Nibelheim when Sephiroth and Cloud visited the Mako reactor, and Sephiroth goes crazy and attacks the whole town and stuff like that. It's very it's old school plot from Final Fantasy VII. This is not a spoiler or anything like that, okay? But it's that segment. That's how the game actually opens. It gives you a very brief shot of Zack Fair, who apparently is alive in another universe or multiverse to the gang from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but it's not clear how that's going to tie into the game yet. And then immediately you're thrown into 3 hours of Nibelheim. These 3 hours are not really representative of the rest of the game. You don't get to explore, really. The combat is simplistic because you're playing as an overleveled Sephiroth and Cloud who kill everything within a few hits. There's one...
He got Sephiroth killed. No joke. I mean, you're so overpowered. Yeah, you're overpowered. You can literally kill everything in 1 or 2 hits with Sephiroth. He's literally God. And somehow, DSP got him killed.
Boss fight, and the boss fight's a little challenging, but you're just given so many healing items that there really is no significant challenge at all. Basically, it's just easy. So you kind of coast through it, and the thing is, the graphics are good, the music's good, the plot is good. I mean, this part of the game is actually...
He's been shitting on the graphics because the dumbass is playing on the one mode that gives him 60 frames per second. Instead, it only gives him 30 frames, but better quality visuals. And he, no joke, said, I don't care what you want to see. What matters is what I want to see. I need to see in 60 frames.
Intriguing. You're wondering what's happening. But it's hard to read a game when the whole first 3 hours are just this intro segment that's not representative of the rest of the game. Maybe it's good they got it out of the way, but it is a little annoying because then you're like, I did my whole first stream and people are like, so what do you think? I have no clue. I can't tell you anything yet because we didn't really play the game yet. So then tonight's second stream was 2.5 hours. The whole first hour was the town of Kalm, K-A-L-M, and it is so different from the original game. Now the town has all this content. It's vibrant. There's people talking in the streets with all these conversations. There's side questing to do this new card game called Queen's Blood, and it's progressively getting harder as you play it through the city. There's a few mini missions where you learn things like how do you upgrade your weapons to get these different like stat increases, how do you upgrade your skill tree to increase your characters and their abilities, stuff like that. And then there's a little story mission, and then boom, something happens in the game immediately that doesn't happen in the original Final Fantasy VII. It's added content. So I get the feeling what's going to happen is the game will generally follow the plot from the original game, but will add a bunch. And this is just one.
Except that's literally what the game developers have said they're doing. So you don't have to think about it. They've literally told us this is what they're doing.
One of the cases, Calm adds all this content. So you're in that town for like an hour to an hour and a half doing all these new things. Then the game finally goes open world, and you get to see the breadth of this big open map in front of you to start, and it is gorgeous. The graphics are great on this map, and there's big traversal, moving all around, platforming, grabbing items in the environment. The combat still is kind of simplistic at this very beginning point, but the thing is, we're not really unlocking much yet. Like, for example, by the end of the stream, the goal is to basically get the chocobo, right? You have to catch a chocobo, because that's the story, is to get past this bog with this giant serpent monster. You can't fight it yet. It's too tough. You have to get chocobo to use this across the bog and get to the next...
I love that for the original Final Fantasy VII. My friend could never catch a chocobo. Why? I don't know. It's not that hard, but he can never do it. So he just grinded until he got strong enough to kill it. Then found out that another one pops up.
Part of the game. So you get the chocobo, but then all of a sudden it starts unlocking other stuff. Oh, remember that character Chadley from Final Fantasy VII Remake? He's back, and now you gotta touch these towers to unlock these things on the open world map that show you all this content in the area. You're like, basically, it's overload. It's like, here's a new system, here's a new system, here's a new system, here's a new system, here's a new system. We finished 5.5 hours, and at the end the game says, oh, by the way, here's a new system. Like, what the holy moly? There's so much to the game. It's very complex. There's a lot to it. That's a good thing. I'm not complaining in any capacity. I'm just saying it's hard to get a read on the game because I don't actually feel like we've had a single fight that's even like representative of what the combat will be. Like, not in a single fight have I really had to actively dodge or do the timed blocks to parry. Like, I know that's a big part. That was a big part of the first game. So I have to eventually learn those techniques and get into them, but you don't really use them right now. It's just a lot of button mashing early on. Okay, it's going to get different. I actually switched to Barret. I was like, oh yeah, I remember using Barret in Remake. He's different because he's got the gun and you switch between his special abilities. You dodge around a bit, you keep firing the gun. I'm like, okay. So I figure if I go to like Aerith too, and you remember Tifa has the giant combo she can do. So I got to get into the swing of things. I didn't even get to use Red 13 yet because we only fought a few times in 5.5 hours. We only got to fight a few times, so I didn't.
Because you go so fucking slow. And he spent like an hour on that stupid card game. Also, DSP. You choose the party members. You want to use 13, you could have used them.
even get to see Red in action yet. I'm curious to see how he's going to fight in this. You know, is he more melee based? Does he have abilities? I don't know. So, here's what I'll say. 5.5 hours. I'm, you know, having a good time. The music is outstanding. It's cool to see this plot now being treated by like a ginormous big to do, right? You know, the original games from the 90s were good for the time, but man, they're so outdated now. And now to play this game and see how it's going to get this cool treatment, okay? I like it. I'm excited more for the weekend, because when we go back to play it tomorrow, when we go over the weekend, we're unlocking more of the basic stuff. You're going to see the real gameplay loop of the game. What is the combat like? It's going to get better with new materia. We're going to be unlocking abilities, leveling up the characters. It's going to be better after this first chunk, but it's so
You hope that you're going to stop sucking so much.
hard these days when you play a game all day. What was it like? Did you like it? I don't even know yet. Like, I didn't really play the real game yet, and we're like 6 hours into it. It's crazy how long it takes to get these games started now, right? And every game's doing this. It's not just this one. I mean, how many games in the last year have people asked after...
Again, 15-minute demo became a 2-hour night stream for him.
1 or 2 streams is it good? I don't even know yet, right? Anyway, so there's a lot to say here. Number one, the streams did well. Attendance was great, and people showed up and engaged. It was really cool in that regard that we had a lot of viewers on the streams today. Sadly, the uploads are all getting demonetized because YouTube, in all of its fucking idiocy, is claiming the music in these fucking games as a soundtrack cover. It says, oh, you're doing a cover of a song. No, I'm not. I'm not performing a cover song. It's the real song in the game, and you're content ID matching and claiming the videos. That's really pissing me off, because, you know, it's a brand new playthrough. Within a few days, it'll probably get a good amount of views, but now I can't make any money on it. I have to sit here disputing a million content ID claims on these videos, because YouTube is trash these days when it comes to music. It makes no effing sense that I should have to do that, but I have to, okay? Now, yes, you know me, I'm honest. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? A fan donated a Cloud Strife wig.
No, he didn't. How do we know that a fan didn't donate? Continue watching.
For me to wear for this playthrough, right? It said, yeah, when you hit your hat goal, wear this wig. People would definitely be, you know, kind of convinced. Oh my God. People would be convinced to contribute to your Final Fantasy streams if you give them something special. So I want to donate a Cloud Strife wig that you can wear during the playthrough. Here it is, actually facing forward, okay? So I show it off this morning on the podcast. Everyone's laughing. Wow, that's supposed to be Cloud Strife. I guess. I mean, maybe it's Cloud. You know, it doesn't look that good. Maybe if I put it on, it'll look a little better. But it definitely doesn't look great, right? It's hilarious because the pictures of this thing on YouTube, or excuse me, the pictures of this thing on freaking Amazon look so good. And
the pictures on Amazon look so good? How do you know what the pictures on Amazon look like? I thought you said a fan donated it to you. Way to give it away already, dumbass.
You get it, and it looks like this. Does that look like Cloud? It looks like, you know, if Cloud put his finger in a power socket and rubbed his head on a static electricity shocked thing and didn't cut his hair for like 2 months. Maybe that's Cloud then, right? But that's what they give you. So, I mean, would have been hilarious to see this, right? And here's the thing. Baldur's Gate 3, which is a playthrough going on for 2.5 months, has been getting exceptional support when I play it. Now, the viewership for that playthrough dwindled. I don't get many viewers on the streams nor on the on-demand video.
But you don't care about viewership. Views. I don't want to be Mr. Views. Remember that?
But the people that are there support the streams, okay? We did not hit the hat tip skull today at all. We didn't even get close. The first stream, I think we hit like $50, 55. The second stream, we barely got $20, okay? Okay, so I guess you guys didn't want to see that. I don't know what else to say. A fan donated thinking, wow, this would really give incentive. People would want to see Phil look stupid on the playthrough. It would be funny. No, okay? Yeah, today was the last day of the month for me. You know, it's leap year. It's the 29th of February, so it's the final day of the month. And the first thing I explained to everyone on the podcast today is that sadly this month was really messed up for me.
Sadly, I need more money, so give it to me. Again, you're gonna go with I'm losing money because of the Argentinian ones. Nothing is stopping OIC from gifting more memberships, and nothing has stopped those who are already buying their own memberships from buying them again. They don't get overridden by Argentinians, jackass.
Me because of all those gifted memberships that were fake, that were not paid for, and I'm not getting paid for them.
They were real. They were paid for. He is getting paid for them. He's just not getting as much as he thought he was. Which, I still feel that was the big issue. We know this fucker went, that's like 200 gifted memberships that he gets too much money. Spend it all on WWE Champions. 2 days later. Where's the money? Why is it saying I only got like $6 from those 100 memberships? I'm only going to get $6 from memberships. Oh, Argentina exists.
That's income I used to have. that I'm down somewhere upwards of $1,000 to $1,500 of income that I used to get every month, and I'm not getting it anymore. So I was hoping that today, after a whole month where everyone yelled at me and said, you're playing too much Baldur's Gate, you're playing too much Tekken, you're playing too much of the same games, we want variety, play the new games. I said, well, what new games? Suicide Squad sucked. Helldivers 2 is an online co-op game. That is not my style. It's not what you want to see me play.
Because it requires friends.
I played Pal World, it got played out, we stopped playing it. Like, I'm playing the new games, right? But you guys are saying you're not interested in them, even though I am. Like, I love Tekken 8, but no real interest in it. You know, I'm getting, like, less than half the interest that I had in Street Fighter 6 when it came out.
Well, when did you finish for the Evo for Tekken? Oh, wait, you didn't. You finished for the Evo for Street Fighter. Take a sip, you sleazy asshole.
And so all month, everyone yelling, play the new games, play the new games. Okay, I'll play them when they come out. Here's the new game release day. Nope, didn't hit a tip skull, so we didn't see that. And, yeah, like, I think all day I got 3 memberships. Seriously, like, all day, 3 memberships. And they were re-ups, too. The Super Chats were okay, not amazing, but okay, you know. But it's a premiere day. It's supposed to be the big new release. And no, it was not a great day whatsoever for income. A typical day when
he got $78 in tips, not counting PayPal fees. The game cost $77 after taxes. So that means he made a single fucking dollar. Oh, wait, you gotta count for PayPal fees because he does the instant transfer, which charges like 2% or something. He's a dumbass.
When I would have played Baldur's Gate and something else randomly at night, actually would have been, I would have got more support doing that than buying a brand new game that everyone screamed at me to play, wanted me to play all month, play it. Okay, what happened, right? Now, there are some factors involved. Factor number 1, it's release day. A lot of people likely are playing this game today. And if they're playing it, they don't immediately want to run to watch me play it live on the stream because maybe they don't want to spoil, right? However, I'm a little skeptical about that. Why? Because I didn't play the demo. The demo was the first 3 hours, not Nibelheim, whatever. So if you already played the demo, you've already seen that. There's no way you could be spoiled by my first stream. So, is that really what it was? I don't know. I don't know if I should believe that that's really what it was or not. It could be that people are all RPG'd out. I wouldn't blame you. I've been playing non-stop RPGs for the last 6+ months. You know, Baldur's Gate, Like a Dragon, Sea of Stars, put Sea of Stars on hiatus.
Those are all RPGs. Correct. They all play differently. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me Baldur's Gate 3 plays the same way as Like a Dragon, plays the same way as Sea of Stars, plays the same way as Final Fantasy VII. They do not play in the same way at all. How are you going to sit there and be like, well, they're all the RPGs, so they're all exactly the same? Let's say Madden, NBA 2K, NHL, MLB all dropped the same day, and FIFA. Well, guy, 5 sports games. I can't be playing 5 sports games. First of all, no one asked you to. Second of all, yes, technically they're all sports games, but they all play differently. Go ahead, DSP. Put 5 men on the field for a football game. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Go ahead, DSP. Put a goalie in hockey gear on a basketball court. See what happens. Yes, they're all sports games, but they all play differently. Yes, they're all RPGs, but they all play differently. Isekais. Oh, they're all the same. No. Otherworld Pharmacy is an isekai. It is nothing like Overlord. Overlord is an isekai. It doesn't play anything like Diablo's Reincarnation. Like, yes, they're all isekais, but they're all different. God. But again, all I hear is RPG, and just that's it. It's an RPG.
And now this one comes out. It's like there's too many RPGs. I agree with you. I've been telling you guys all year this was going to happen. That it looked like in January, February, March, April, they jam-packed the whole first quarter of the year with too many RPGs. Too many to possibly play. Too many to enjoy, and certainly too many that people would not get burnt out. So I get it. If that's the case, people are burnt out on RPGs, then so be it. But I thought this was the exception. People are telling me, oh no, this is Final Fantasy VII. This is the one everyone's going to like, everyone's going to be pumped for, right? So here it is. And there was good attendance. Again, don't get me wrong. Attendance on the stream was good. My viewership was up and everything. But I wasn't making ad revenue because all the stuff got claimed by this content ID. So that's literally zero, right? And the support for a brand new game was shockingly low. I literally would have done better if I played other games today. Like if I, again, Baldur's Gate and like Tekken, or even Baldur's Gate and like a Dragon, probably would have done better than if I had just played this all day like I did today. And that's surprising. Now the question is what's going to happen, because this is yet another 60+ hour game. Okay, another one. And my plan is this week to play 17 hours of it. I've played 5.5 today, and I got 4 more major streams planned to this. You know, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And
Nope.
between the, Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. I misspoke. Between those streams, you know, are people going to start showing up more? Are people going to actually support the playthrough? I don't know, you know? And it's hilarious, too, because you can tell the troll element comes in. So there's a new card game they've instituted or you know, shown in it. Play it. You have to.
You have to play it. Yeah, I mean, not really, but
play it at the beginning, because if you don't, you get kicked out of this first town and you can't go back until later. So there's 3 games. So, you know,
yes, but it doesn't take an hour to play through those 3 games.
spend like 20-30 minutes doing it. It's in there. It's content. Oh, this
It was not 20-30 minutes. It was longer. And his fans were hating it.
is boring. I didn't make the game. I didn't put the card game in the first town. They did. Why are you complaining to me that the content they put in the game is boring? That's a criticism of the game. I'm
Because you make anything boring.
playing the game, trying to enjoy it, trying to learn the card game, do it at the time you're supposed to do it, and people are going to complain, oh, that's boring. No. You know, it's bullshit. Criticize the game, not the streamer. I'm pretty sure that not every streamer who played the game skipped the entire first town. You're out of your mind, all right? So, you know, it does piss me off when people try to be negative about premiere streams on that on purpose. You know, that's what they do. They come in with their new accounts. Oh, who is this person? Never seen them before, right? Sit there and complain, this is boring, this is boring. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to enjoy the game on launch day. I am enjoying the game. I'm getting immersed. I learned the card game, which I don't usually do. I usually would skip those things. I want to learn this one. Oh, complain, complain, complain. Unbelievable, you know? Thing is, I had a good time. So far, I'm liking the
Has such a good time, he's going to sit here for 18 minutes and bitch.
game. I want to get further into it. I want to enjoy it. But I'm hoping that people are going to actually support this game. If this is a game that literally the support is going to be slow every day, yeah, guess what? I'm going to have to fucking balance it with Baldur's Gate again, which I don't want to do. I want to keep playing this game and get as far as I can, because later this month we got games like Rise of the Ronin, we got possibly Dragon's Dogma 2, because now I'm starting to strongly question if I should even play it, because it's another RPG. And
yes, it's an RPG, but it plays differently from the other games.
And yes, it's very different than the other RPGs we've played, but it's another RPG, and people might say, oh, it's another one, I'm not going to show up, or whatever. You know, I can't make them not make a million RPGs. They fucked up. These game developers have all cannibalized each other. They all made the same genre of game within a 3-month period. It's asinine that none of them looked at the release schedule and said, this makes no sense to have this many RPGs in a short period of time. But they did. They did it. They've done it, and now you're going to see sales numbers are going to start to get split, because now everyone can buy every RPG and play through a 100-hour game back to back to back like that, you know?
Except people can, if they enjoy video games, unlike you, and they don't do it for a living. They come from work, all right, time to sit down and play more Final Fantasy VII, time to play more Lords of the Fallen, time to play more Dragon's Dogma. They can do that. They don't have to be like, all right, well, guys, I got to beat this game by tomorrow because new one comes out. It's like, all right, well, new one comes out, that's great. Once I get this one beat, I'll play that one.
But
oh man, that cross arm, like, this is how defensive he is.
Hope that you will. If you were not on the streams today, it's all good. Hopefully you will come by. Remember, I'm only playing it now once a day, so I'm 5.5 hours in now. Tomorrow I'm only doing 3 hours. It's 3 hours every day. You will likely, if you're playing this game, be way ahead of me. All right, so I hope that you will come by and hang out on the streams and hopefully support them. At this point now, for this month coming up, I am going to be ridiculously tight with my money, and it sucks. I want to talk about it every day.
So tight, he's still playing WWE Champions every single fucking day.
But I'm going to be hoping to raise, you know, good amount of tips and stuff, because I need it now just to get through this month, because of the dip on YouTube, the fact that there were no new releases in February, and the ones that were there, like I said, Tekken, people didn't like so much. It's frustrating. People tell me I'm doing everything right, and I still take a hit because of trolls. What was I supposed to do? You know, I can't fix YouTube. I just hope that it turns around. I do. Like, for a first day, it was like the vibe on the streams was good, the game was good, the support was slower than a regular day. That's disheartening, shocking, and I hope that it does turn around, especially if you watch this playthrough on demand after the fact you like it. You know, I would hope that you will come by and support it at some point, or you don't even have to be on the stream. You know what I mean? Like, you can just support it behind the scenes however you want. You send a tip.
Yep, send a tip behind the scenes so he doesn't have to add it to the leaderboard. Can continue begging.
I would say do a super thanks, but likely the videos are all going to get claimed, so you can't do that. You know, you can maybe pledge to my Patreon. You can do many different things, all right? Please consider it.
Way to bring out the Patreon bag.
I want to play this a lot and get far in it before other things, but now it's looking like, shit, what if this pattern continues? Do I have to split again between...
I want to show that he has 1,400 views in 14 hours. He has 209 1,000 subs, 1,400 views.
Baldur's Gate and Final Fantasy, I might have to. That wasn't
It wouldn't be surprising if 400 of those are detractors.
my intention. I wanted to keep doing Final Fantasy, but I have to do what makes sense. I have to make a living, right? I have to pay bills. So, all right.
Take it seriously, the asshole. But don't worry, guys. Today, as of this recording, is March 1st. Guess what came out today? Disability checks. What do disability checks mean? He's got the wig on. He's got the wig on. And $227 in tips. Yay! The channel is saved. RPGs are not burnout. People aren't burnt out on RPGs, guys. I just had to wait one more day. Yeah, you had to wait for the day the disability checks came out, jackass. God, you're an idiot. Wow, guys, last day of the month without disability checks, I'm not getting any money. Very first day of disability checks, suddenly, he gets all the money. And so, Final Fantasy VII has been saved, RPGs have been saved, he'll be able to play Dragon's Dogma 2 now. God, what a jackass. 18-minute bitch fest in one video. Just turn around and make $227 as of time of this recording of 4:23 p.m. Eastern. Ta-da! RPGs have been saved. With that, though, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.